I overheard a conversation in a coffee shop last week that perfectly summed up the modern mess. A woman, early 30s, confident. I make more than most guys my age. I can fix my own car. I don't need anyone. So why can't I find a relationship? Her friend didn't hesitate. Men are just intimidated by strong women. No. Men aren't intimidated. They're confused because she's busy competing in a game he never signed up to play. Tonight, we're going to talk about why competing with men is silently destroying women's happiness, relationships, and peace of mind, and why men are quietly walking away from that dynamic. Welcome to Inside Masculine. Here's the paradox. So many modern women are doing everything right according to the script they were given. Study hard, get the degree, climb the ladder, prove you don't need a man. They hit their early 30s with a salary, an apartment, a car, and a deep, private question. If I have everything, why do I feel nothing? Because the game they're winning isn't the game that creates attraction. Men rarely sit around thinking, I need a woman who makes 6 figures, has a corner office, and can out-argue me in a meeting. No. Men think in questions like, can I relax around her? Does she respect me? Does she actually like who I am? Not what I provide. When a woman leads with competition instead of connection, she doesn't become too strong for men. She just becomes misaligned with what men are actually drawn to. Men don't fall in love with your resume. They fall in love with your presence. And right now, a lot of presence is being sacrificed. To win a game, no man cares you're playing. We don't need fake science to say something obvious. On average, men and women are wired differently. Not better, not worse. Just different. Men tend to orient toward status, problem solving, hierarchy, risk, competition. Can I win? Women tend to orient toward connection, social harmony, emotional nuance. How does this affect the people I care about? You see this in children long before anyone says patriarchy or gender roles. Boys, direct competition, clear winners and losers. Fight, game over. Friends, again. Girls, indirect competition, alliances, subtle exclusion, keeping the group intact on the surface. Now, take that wiring and drop it into a culture that tells women, to be valuable, you must win in the male game too. So now, she's competing with men for status, competing with women for men, and competing with herself, not to show it hurts. No wonder exhaustion and anxiety are sky high. When you fight your own wiring, you don't become free. You become tired. Here's what almost nobody says out loud. You can treat your partner like a rival and expect to feel safe, desired, and connected. One of my clients had a girlfriend who competed with him on everything. He mentioned work stress. Her job was always harder. He fixed something in the house. She made sure to say she could have done it herself. He planned a date. She planned a better one just to prove she didn't need him. 2 years in, he was done. Not because she was successful, because she made him feel redundant. Men need 3 things in a relationship to feel useful, to feel appreciated, and to feel wanted, not tolerated. If every interaction is anything you can do, I can do better. He starts asking himself, then why am I here? And quietly, he leaves. Emotionally first, physically later. If you spend your energy proving you don't need a man, don't be surprised when no man stays. There's a brutal timing problem nobody warned them about. A lot of women spend their 20s and early 30s in full-on competition mode, outperforming colleagues, outturning men their age, outpartying everyone on weekends. Marriage, children, partnership, later, when I'm ready. Then 35 hits. The body whispers first. Then it starts to shout. Suddenly, the priorities change. I want a husband pre-meta. Wine tea. A baby. I want a man who provides and leads. Tea. Trash tea. For 10 to 15 years. Her behavior said the opposite. I don't need you. I can do it all myself. You're optional. Men were listening. The men who wanted something traditional already chose women who signaled they wanted that, too. The men who liked purely independent, hyper-competitive partners often don't want marriage at all. She didn't just delay commitment. She optimized for the wrong game. You don't get the rewards of a path you publicly spent years despising. Let me clear something up once and for all. Most men are not intimidated by female success. We're just unmoved by it romantically. A man hears, I have a law degree. I own a house. I make 6 figures. And his brain goes, cool. Great for you. But his attraction system is asking, is she kind? Is she emotionally stable? Can I trust her? Can I relax in her presence? Men don't choose partners the way women do. Women often look up. Is he capable? Driven? Stable? Men look for complementarity. Is she supportive? Warm? Aligned with my mission? You can be the CEO. But that doesn't replace being feminine, calming, nurturing, emotionally intelligent. Those traits aren't 1950s oppression. They re what most men, even successful ones, actually fall in love with. Your career may impress the world. Your femininity is what reaches a man's heart. There's a quiet epidemic nobody puts on magazine covers. Emotionally burned out women. Women who run masculine energy all day at work. Assertive, combative, hyper, then try to flip into softness for dating. And can't find the switch. They feel guilty for wanting rest, support, and protection because they were told that's weak. They're not evil. They're not the problem. They're just instructed to live against their own nervous system. They feel constantly on guard, secretly resentful of men, yet craving them, and terrified of being seen as less if they admit they want traditional things. That's not empowerment. That's a prison with better branding. And here's the thing. Men feel it. A woman who is competitive in meetings, but cooperative in love, strong in the world, but soft with her man. She doesn't lose power. She becomes irresistible, because she isn't trying to beat him. She's trying to build with him. Feminine dosan, the man weaker. It means you stopped wasting energy pretending to be something you're not. Strip away the ideology, the slogans, the TikTok trends, and here's what's left. Men and women are different. Those differences are real, meaningful, and valuable. And relationships only thrive when those differences cooperate, not compete. The happiest couples, they're not trying to prove who needs who less. They're not keeping score. They operate like this. You're stronger here. Lead, I'm stronger there. I'll handle it. We're on the same team. Your win is my win. That's not regression. That's strategy. Stop telling women the only way to be powerful is to be more like men. Stop telling men the only way to be good is to be less like themselves. Let men provide, protect, build. Let women nurture, influence, connect. Overlap where needed, adjust with wisdom. But stop pretending sameness equals happiness. Men are not your rivals. They're your complement. And the couples who understand that inherit the future. If you've watched women compete themselves out of connection, or you're a man quietly stepping back from this competition trap, drop your story in the comments. This is Inside Masculine. Power, vulnerability, purpose. See you in the next one.